Hello and welcome to my channel, I Win to Lose Gaming. So the new Abyss 12 just dropped, and honestly this might be the most difficult Abyss 12 chamber or Abyss 12 we have had to date. So in today's video I'm going to try a fairly kind of free-to-play-ish approach, and after that I'm going to show you guys my day one speedrun attempt of the top half of Abyss 12, and hopefully you guys can still get some useful information from that speedrun as well. So the first team that I have is for the top half Abyss 12. I usually avoid 5-star characters, but for this one, I'm going to make an exception for Nahida because my Nahida is only at Constellation 0, and a lot of you guys do have her right now. So my Nahida stats, as you can see, plus some crit rate for her passive helps round out her crit stats. She's using the 4P Skill of the Dream, Constellation 0. Here are her talents. Next we have Kuki Shinobu as the healer as well as the Hyper Bloom activator. But really quick before we get started, I've got the perfect sponsor for all you cultured waifu loving gamers today. Higan Eruthyll. Chock full of gorgeous visuals, anime cutscenes, and beautiful waifus, Higan Eruthyll is an upcoming 3D real-time strategy card battling RPG. Higan Eruthyll combines the best elements of both real-time gameplay and its unique card-based mechanics. You'll be leading the Gopher Troop against this terrible new evil called Fantasyland, whose objective is to put people into an eternal death-like sleep with never-ending nightmares. That's why it's up to you to command some of the highest budget waifu designs on the market to stop this terrible fantasy land. Higan Eruthyll is free to play, easy to pick up, and also incredibly deep to master. Every detail from character positioning, card order, bullet time, and more all create a seamlessly intricate battle system that provides plenty of variety and replayability. Be sure to pre-register today because if 1 million pre-registers happen before this game is released, everyone will get a guaranteed highest rarity 3-star waifu. You've got nothing to lose by smashing that link down below to pre-register today. Huge thanks to Project Eruthyll for sponsoring today's video. She has the 4-piece Deepwood Memories, and she is also the character with the highest amount of Elemental Mastery. Up next we have Xingqiu. He's here to activate blooms for Hyper Blooms, and that's pretty much it. Here are his stats. And Fischl is here to do a little bit of extra damage, but also, very importantly, she is this team's bow character. And you really want a bow character for the top half of this 12, which you guys will see soon enough. Now the second team that I have, I just kind of theory crafted this team, so hopefully it's going to work. We're going to see, but it's a double Pyro, double Geo Ningguang team. This team has some single target, some multi-target capabilities. So Ningguang, she is just using the Dodoko tails. She has two-piece that for gladiators and Shimenawas. Here are her stats. And up next we have Bennett. Bennett just does Bennett things with the Sapu Blade, Noblesse Oblige. Xiangling is a typical Xiangling Emblem of Severed Fates build with the catch. And finally we have the Traveler for a little bit of burst damage support with Favonius for energy regen, as well as the Emblem of Severed Fates. Okay, 12-1-1. Increase your mouse's DPI. And then do something like this. Typical rotation for this team. We got the 2-note buff on Nahida, and we're going to use her to finish off the first wave, as well as to tag the second wave of doggos. I'm going to repeat Kuki's stuff. And I'm going to wait until I manage to tag the 2 big doggos before I use Xingqiu's Elemental Burst again. This way we have good uptime on it in order to... Oh my goodness! What is going on? Kuki's almost dead. That is not good for us. Or not Kuki, Nahida is almost dead. Hopefully we can heal a little bit before the next chamber. Okay, yep. That went well, all things considered. I think I managed to top off some of their health nicely. So anyway, we're going to open up this one with a Ningguang screen into Bennett Burst and fill up a little bit of energy for... How are we even going to hit this thing with Traveler stuff? But yeah, okay. Open up with a nice amount of single target damage. Try to battery them up a little bit. And I just don't get how we hit this thing, right? Like, this thing just floats in the sky forever. It's the most frustrating thing. Are we going to be able to get Xiangling's burst up? We are. That's great. And Can we get Ningguang's burst up? No, we can't. And we can't seem to switch characters either because that's just the way that this boss goes. But yeah, we're not able to hit this thing with Traveler stuff at all. But I think we're still in decent shape. Oh, but we can't fill up, we gotta fill up Xiangling's burst. Otherwise, the next chamber is an absolute disaster. So let's fill her up before we progress, because otherwise, like I said, we're gonna be in for a world of hurt. We have a minute to do this. We can do this, right? I think we can. All right, come on, come on. Okay, finally, now we'll finish it off. There we go. Anyway, I highly recommend filling up your team's energy. All right, 12-2-1, an absolute nightmare, honestly, without Venti or Kazuha. But we're just gonna go ahead and give this a try because these guys hate grouping up. They just run off into the corners of the map and it is a bad time for everyone involved. But yeah, we're gonna try to, so now you see that Pyro one over there? He's just chilling. My homeboy just be like, hey, I got no business being over there where all the death is happening. I mean, honestly, it's pretty smart. I'll have to give it to him. Because yeah, he managed to prolong his teammates' health by a significant amount. So there's probably a trick in terms of like somewhere to stand to group them a little bit better. But I have not figured that out. These guys, they just like to chill. Right. They don't attack, they don't do anything. They just literally sit across the map. And we're gonna get... You know what? It's okay if Xingqiu doesn't have his burst. That's okay. Alright, we've made it to actually an incredibly dangerous chamber, but we filled up our burst, so hopefully it won't be too bad. You have two lava trolls spawning on each side of all this stuff. And we're going to use a lot of burst iframes to hopefully survive all this stuff. And we also have some cryo crystallizes, which is very nice for us. I mean, look at that. Holy cow. All right, yeah, Bennett almost died, and it's freaking Bennett, right? Like, he is our immortal boy that has 1,000,000 hit points, because we always built him with a ton of hit points. But okay, our screen didn't go up there, but that's okay. I'm gonna throw up Bennett's burst, even though it's not the best timing there when it comes to aligning with Xiangling's burst. Oh yeah. Oh! Okay, I've been forgetting to use Ningguang's burst, but that's okay. So yeah, rotation's an absolute disaster. I mean, this is also my first time using this team, honestly. So yeah. But as we can see, with a bit of coordination and with your burst up, you're able to just iframe through those two absolutely belligerent cryo lava trolls. But yeah, if you have a character like Zhongli, that's also incredibly helpful. Alright, so we're gonna see why I brought that bow character, aka Fischl, to this, because it is an absolute disaster without a bow character. You want to shoot this thing out of the sky just like that, because otherwise it just flies off for a very long time, and I do mean a very long time. Very unpleasant experience if you don't actually bring a bow character like I did there. So we're gonna get Xingqiu's burst back up and just finish it off with Hyper Bloom. You guys know the drill with these Hyper Bloom teams. I mean, once you knock it down onto the ground, it becomes pretty harmless and pretty much converts over into the overworld version of itself. So, this one here, we have two of the more durable Eremite people. We definitely want to focus them down instead of doing something... Ow. Instead of kind of the Fatui Harbinger, because honestly the Fatui Harbinger's whatever. I'm not even sure which one I'm hitting right now. But yeah, we seem to be doing okay. But yeah, Xiangling, or Ningguang, a great single target DPS character. And we're just going to do the same thing here. And him destroying that wall there probably just helped us out. But as you can see, even though there are like, you know, multi-target here, the dude over there is like, the F2P Harbingers are pretty much made out of paper. Really? Where did it go? Okay. So hopefully that guy actually approaches us, but I'm not sure if it does or doesn't. Either way though, we're gonna try to deal with this real quick. And looks like it does approach. Hey, editing, I went to lose here, and I wanted to show you guys my day 1 speed run for this top half of Abyss 12. But anyway, I'm gonna start playing the clip, and then I guess I'll commentate while it's playing a bit. But basically, I use Yae Miko's EEE here to position in a better spot for Venti's Tornado to catch multiple waves. And then we use Tighnari's and Yae's burst in quick succession to kill the first wave plus 2 doggos in the second wave, which is really important. Killing 2 doggos in the second wave will get the 2 big wolves to spawn, where Nahida is able to then tag it with her E, and Tighnari can finish it off with his spammy, you know, shots. And next for these husk guys, you actually kind of want them to approach, especially the 2 water ones. You can really use Nahida's link thing to great advantage, and I think we can save about 2 seconds here, depending on the RNG of Yae Miko's turrets. Funnily enough, they really need to hit the right husks there. But afterwards, you know, you can Venti them up, group them up, and then Tighnari can finish them off again. Now this is where Tighnari really shines, is against this Aeon Blight Drake. Because Tighnari can shoot this thing out of the sky while doing optimal DPS. I think perhaps only Ganyu can do that as well. But we can see Tighnari. Oh man, my boy Tighnari is coming through and just crushing it for this speedrun cycle, which is pretty awesome. You love to see it. Tighnari wasn't well represented prior to this Abyss 12, but now he is rocking it. I'm willing to bet that there's going to be some crazy Melt Ganyu players, or even some international variants. Who knows? Who knows? At this point, this Abyss is so new and it's also so crazy that we're probably going to see a lot of different strategies. But at the very least, I was pretty happy with this for a day 1 speedrun, and I'm really happy to represent Tighnari as well. It's really cool to see some of these lesser represented characters do well in some speedrunning situations. So let's talk a little bit more about this. In the top half of Abyss 12, with the AI of these Thunder Craven Rift Hounds, as well as the AI of these guys, if you're able to, I don't know, group them with blooms, or just kind of keep them close-ish to each other with blooms, and perhaps even a fridge team can do quite well against the first 2. But then you kind of run into the problem of fridge teams really having pretty bad single target DPS against the Aeon Blight Drake. But considering, I guess, comparatively how easy it is, and if you shoot it out of the sky, then you should probably still be able to take out the Aeon Blight Drake within a reasonable time. Of course, you can always 3-star these 2 with bloom teams first, and then fill up your team's energy for a new run in 12-3 with a single target DPS team for 12-3, and then, you know, a whatever team for the second half. Now, obviously some 5-star characters that do really well. We have Yoimiya does extremely well against the Thundering Manifestation. She'll just gun it down with the help of Bennett and whatever, right? And I actually highly recommend Zhongli for the second half, or just a decent shielder, because these guys are pretty dangerous. The Thundering Manifestation, if you use Yoimiya, you can just easily shield it and gun it down with no problem. That about wraps this up for me for the kind of free-to-play approach. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. This is I Went to Lose, signing out.